Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sister. You know how when someone tells you what you can do, what you cannot do? It's almost like you don't want to listen to it because you can. That is called free choice. Sometimes you just want to know the why of it. Maybe this would help. I'm going to go on deep dive into how vibrational energy affect our body and affect our environment. We're going to connect the dots between modern science from an Islamic perspective, using the lens of vibration, frequency, and the science behind the impact on water. Understanding the vibration of sound and its effects. We know from the research of Dr. Masaru, the Japanese scientist, that water reacts to different kinds of sound vibrations, like spoken words, music, and even written intentions. When positive words like prayers or kind thoughts are directed towards water, the water molecules form beautiful, symmetrical patterns. But when negative words or harsh sounds like arguments or chaotic music are played, the water molecules become disordered and ugly. This is what thank you looks like under the microscope. This is what love and gratitude looks like under the microscope.
This is what evil looks like. This is what you disgust me looks like. This is what you fool looks like.
This is Beethoven Pastoral.
Symphony number 40. Heavy metal music.
Now think about this in the context of our bodies.
We are made up of about 6,070 water.
Sound vibrations affect our own physical and emotional state, just as they do to the water in those experiments. When we hear something pure, like the recitation of the Quran or nature's sounds, it has a calming and soothing effect on us. It aligns with the natural frequency of the earth, known as the Schumann resonance, creating a state of peace and balance within us. Music, on the other hand, especially modern music, often contains disharmonic frequencies. It's not just the melody but the underlying beat, rhythm, and tempo that can create chaotic vibrations. These vibrations can disrupt the body's natural frequencies, creating emotional unrest, agitation, or even depression. This is because the chaotic energy disrupts the harmony within us. Just like the water molecules that lose their beautiful structure when exposed to discordant sounds. In the Quran, Allah speaks about the importance of tranquility and inner peace. We know that He created us to find comfort in His remembrance and to be in sync with the natural order that He has established in the universe. Anything that disrupts this peace, be it harmful thoughts, words, or sounds, can move us away from that divine state of balance. The Prophet Muhammad warned us about the dangers of music, describing it as something that leads the heart away from Allah. He said in a hadith, "There will be among my followers people who will consider as permissible illegal sexual intercourse, the wearing of silk, the drinking of alcoholic drinks, and the use of musical instruments." There is a logical reasoning behind this. This isn't just a rule to restrict us. It's to protect our hearts and minds from being influenced by these vibrations that take us away from the remembrance of Allah. It's like a form of spiritual pollution that corrupts our internal state. What is the Schumann resonance? The Schumann resonance is a set of frequencies generated by electromagnetic waves in the Earth's atmosphere. These frequencies, typically around 7.83 Hz, are created by lightning strikes and other atmospheric activities. Named after the German physicist Winfried Otto Schumann, who predicted these frequencies mathematically in 1952. The Schumann resonance is sometimes called the heartbeat of the Earth. The science behind the Schumann resonance: the Earth's atmosphere acts like a giant resonant cavity, with the space between the Earth's surface and the ionosphere acting as a waveguide. When electromagnetic waves travel around this waveguide, they create standing waves at specific frequencies, primarily 7.83 Hz. This fundamental frequency, along with its harmonics, forms the Schumann resonance, 7.83 Hz. The frequency of 7.83 Hz is significant because it matches the average resonance of the human brain during a relaxed state. This synchronization suggests a deep connection between the Earth's natural rhythms and human biological processes, including brainwave activity. The alignment of our brain's alpha waves with the Schumann resonance indicates a natural, harmonious state of being. Brain's alpha wave and theta waves. Interestingly, when you listen to the Quran or engage in salah and dhikr, your body resonates with those positive frequencies. It aligns with the natural rhythms of the earth, promoting a sense of peace and healing. This is in harmony with the Schumann resonance that ties our being to the earth's frequency. Music's harmful effect. Modern music often carries a vibration that is not in harmony with our natural state. Just as Dr. Emoto's experiments showed that negative words created disordered water crystals, Listening to disruptive music can create spiritual and emotional disharmony within us. It alters our mood, influences our thoughts, and can lead us into negative behavior patterns. Islam teaches us that silence is a form of wisdom and a means to connect deeply with Allah. It's no coincidence that some of the most powerful spiritual moments occur in the quiet during Salah, dhikr, or while listening to the recitation of the Quran. These pure sounds have a frequency that heals, uplifts, and purifies our souls. When we engage in dhikr, the repetition of Allah's names, or the recitation of Quranic verses, our bodies resonate with those divine frequencies. These vibrations align our hearts with the remembrance of our Creator, creating a state of inner tranquility and spiritual enlightenment. This is why people love those ASMR videos. Because our body, heart, and mind. Why does this matter for Muslims? This is why it's so important to be mindful of what we expose ourselves to. It's not just about avoiding music because it's haram. It's about safeguarding the sanctity of our hearts and minds. Music often pulls us towards desires and distractions that take us away from Allah. The repetitive beats and hypnotic rhythms can even act like a trap, pulling us into a cycle of thought patterns that lead us to forget Allah and become immersed in worldly desires. Allah created us with a natural inclination to seek Him, to find peace in His remembrance, and to resonate with the beauty of His words. When we align ourselves with that divine vibration, we become closer to our purpose as His creation. But when we let the chaotic frequencies of music disrupt that state, it pulls us further away from the light of His guidance. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created these natural laws in His creation for us to live in harmony in this dunya. The bottom line is, music has a frequency that disrupts our spiritual harmony. The Quran and dhikr resonate at a higher frequency that aligns with the natural order of the universe and brings us closer to Allah. Just as Dr. Emoto's experiments showed how sound vibrations can affect water, our souls are affected by the vibrations we expose ourselves to. Music has the potential to distort that pure vibration, while the Quran restores it. By choosing to immerse ourselves in the words of Allah, we protect our hearts, minds, and souls, aligning ourselves with the divine resonance that is in harmony with the entire creation. This is why we, as Muslims, are guided to stay away from music and instead fill our lives with the healing sounds of dhikr and the Quran. This is a path to true peace and a connection to our Creator that nothing else can offer.
Alhamdulillah wa salamu alaikum.